Japanese army used Koreans for human experiments. Actually created a super powerful monster. They want to use super creatures to fight the nuclear bomb threat. However, this plan was ruined. A bunch of uninvited guests break into their research base, Wonching Hospital, and found the boss who imprisoned the North Koreans. As a result, they were attacked by monsters. Just when it's a mess here, underground element Master June sneaked into the cell. I want to find a comrade named Lee Yunha. It's a long story. Master June learned about it through his father's relationship. The Japanese army will hold a fundraising event in 15 days. All the famous people will be present. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for the Independence Army. They originally planned to blow up the venue. Who knows that Lee Yunha is the only one who knows where the explosives are stored. Arrested while printing a newspaper. And he was not sent to the office. Instead, he was arrested and sent to Wonching Hospital for the smooth progress of the uprising in the near future. Master June must find Lee Yunha. Fortunately, the Emperor is worthy of his wishes. He really found it. But Master June knows that it is too difficult to save people. So he asked Lee Yunha to tell him where the bomb was hidden. The latter is revolutionary consciousness. Master June want to save him. He want to tell you where the bomb is. This push and pull. The young master was captured by the Japanese army. The problem is even bigger on Taishang's side. He hid behind the railing to avoid monster attacks. Sayu approached the corpse of the military policeman with a sliding shovel. He picked up the gun on the ground and fired at the goddess. Not even aware of the murderous monster in front of me. This is the mother I have been looking for 10 years. At this time, rifle jammed. The supreme leader quickly grabbed Sayu and ran away. And the goddess' skin heals automatically. Squeeze all bullet weapons out of the body. Follow closely behind the protagonist. Lao Yin heard the gunfire and returned to the second floor. Taishang and Sayu had no time to think about anything. They could barely avoid the goddess' attack. Knock. Hurry and get into the space on one side. The supreme master gritted his teeth and closed the iron door. The two temporarily escaped from danger. Lao Yin, who caught up, also saw the monster. He used the contents of his bag to make improvised gunpowder. Then he shot and lured the goddess to his side. The scary monster roared at him. Who could have remembered that these two were once a loving couple? Lao Yin ignored the injury on his arm. He suddenly threw a handful of gunpowder forward. The fierce flames forced the goddess back. Lao Yin took this opportunity to leave. Taishang and Sayu saw no movement outside the door. Before I could escape, I was surrounded by soldiers. The gap in numbers between two parties is too large. They can only surrender. The goddess escaped this time. Killed an entire squadron. The most important is, he can actually control the elevator. Japan has cut off the power supply to the elevator. Machine gun squads positioned at all exits. The dean is so angry that he has nowhere to vent his anger. My men escorted Master June over, who and sold doesn't know son of Uchang Trade Company, Ltd. But the rules of the outside world do not apply in Wonching Hospital. The dean asked someone to take Master June to the laboratory. Prepare to use this young man. Severely extort a sum of funds. Taishang and Sayu were taken to the administrator. The latter only took away the supreme being. Sayu was pushed into the cell for interrogation. The situation over there is completely different. Since the Tokyo bombing, the management officer, believing that Japan is doomed, he wants to stay in Seoul with his family and settle down. As long as Taishang can help buy a property, plus a settling-in fee, the management officer can open it online. The supreme being did not trust the other party easily. The management officer confessed that when he went to search for the version just now, I've long since discovered you hiding in the dark. But he still left with his men. This is enough to prove my sincerity. Taishang said cooperation is okay. Finally the two reached a deal. The supreme lead also asked management was busy with three things. Send a message to Luo Chen first. Second, let the guards and sentries temporarily leave their posts. As for the third thing, the director gave up temporarily. Immediately afterwards, Taishang was imprisoned in Lin He's cell. Wait for the administrator to send a guard. He immediately unlocked the door and ran away. The inmate took a look, asking for help one after another. The supreme lord thrust the key into Lin He's hand. And I told the other party that if they can trust me, never act rashly within 30 minutes. After the supreme master finished speaking, he ran towards the corridor. At the same time, Mustache was irritated by Sayu's attitude. He picked up the heroine's clothes. Want to use dirty tricks. Forced Sayu to explain why he broke into the hospital. Critical moment. The guy with glasses showed up unexpectedly. He admired Sayu's proud appearance. And for some reason, I feel that this woman looks familiar. The man with glasses came closer to Sayu to observe. Suddenly it dawned on me. He asked Sayu what is your mother's name. The heroine doesn't know why she's having sex. Actually told him. When the glasses guy heard this, no wonder it looks familiar. It turns out you are the goddess and her daughter. The glasses guy realized he found another material to build from. So he turned around and handed Sayu a glass of water. And on the glasses guy's desk, there is an empty serum test tube. At this time, the supreme being quietly came nearby. He saw the glasses guy coming out with Sayu, and told his subordinates to start from now on. No one is allowed to touch this woman. Abeo escorted Sayu into the isolation room, and secretly gave him a dagger. As for whether Sayu drank that glass of water, I didn't give a clear shot either. At this moment he suddenly looked towards the wall. Then he started crying uncontrollably. It turns out there is a line of blood writing on the wall. I miss you so much. Daughter picking jade. Not long after, the Supreme Master came over. Find the key and rescued Sayu. But after the heroine knew the news about her mother, determined to save him, the Supreme Being knows that he's made up his mind to pick jade. I can only tell him to live on. On the other side, Master June was injected with an unknown drug. The officer left blank paper and pen and ink. Asked him to reveal his accomplices and infiltration purpose. After saying that, he left with his men. Young Master June was in a trance. Saw the glass jar on the cabinet. A young head. There is a birthmark the size of a thumb behind the ear. Completely consistent with the characteristics of the cleaner brother. Master June is tortured here. The dean met his father in the coffee shop. I want to help the hospital get some research funds. The old rich man is fighting for his precious son who has passed down to only 3 generations. Can only obey the mercy. But the money was also sent to the dean's car. But the other party didn't get an accurate answer. Wait for the dean's car to leave. Aunt Luo and shopkeeper Ju suddenly appeared. Said there is a way to rescue Master June. Presumably this must be related to the message from the Supreme Leader. The screen changes. Return to Wenqing Hospital. Young Master June has been pampered and spoiled all his life. I can hardly hold on anymore. He picked up his pen and prepared to confess. On the other side, Taishang and Sayu ran in different directions. One to keep 1 inch as promise. Rescue the imprisoned innocent compatriots. A search for a family member who has been separated for 10 years. Sayu returns to Brother Glasses, asking about Mother's whereabouts. And when Taishang fought all the way back to the cell, all the people inside were missing. Suddenly there was a loud noise not far away. Where did the people in the cell go? It turns out they didn't. Stay as promised. Wait until Taishang leaves. Li Yunhe opened the cell door. Take everyone out of the prison. Unexpectedly, he was intercepted by soldiers on way. They threatened prisoners to return to prison. The young man doesn't want to go back. Simply stand up and aim your gun. Either way, we going to die. It's better to die quickly. At this critical moment, the Supreme Being actually rushed to the scene. He also shot the leading officer to death. He directed everyone to keep walking along this road. Unexpectedly, a soldier who was not dead suddenly stood up, just not waiting for him to shoot. The goddess appears. Your Majesty has seen the power of monsters. He yelled for everyone to run away. Backward young man caught by goddess. In the blink of an eye, I lost my breath. Li Yunhyuk wants to take revenge. But after climbing out for a few meters, I became scared. The Supreme Being shoots the goddess with a gun. It's a pity that this little damage does not constitute a threat. At this time, the gas tank rolled down on the side. After seeing this, the Supreme Being came up with a plan. He deliberately shot to lure the goddess over, then take the opportunity to smash the airlock. White nitrogen filled the air instantly. The goddess immediately fell into a coma. White buns emanate from his body. The Supreme Being and Li Yunhe hurriedly retreated. The glasses guy on the other side is looking at the cup on the table. The microorganisms inside are still there. As expected, Sayu didn't drink it. The glasses guy proudly introduces his invention. Finally told Sayu the truth. The monster in Wenqing Hospital is your mother. The screen changes. Come to Master June's father's side. He reported it to Mr. Ishikawa. Wenqing Hospital related to the recent serial disappearance of women. But the other party stated that the hospital was under the jurisdiction of the military. The police department cannot intervene at will. At this point, the handsome woman could only tell Ishikawa. The Supreme Being found the name in the hospital. After saying this, the handsome woman left the mansion, and nodded to Luo Shen who was guarding outside. On the other side, the Supreme Being was teaching Lin He a lesson. If he didn't abide by the agreement, it won't hurt anyone. These patriotic groups are full of carelessness. But he doesn't even have the courage to face death. The Supreme Being angrily scolded young Master June for seeing the wrong person. Little did he know that the young master also confessed. Upon seeing this, the officer threw him another stack of paper. Let Mr. June write down the person who organized the patriotic league. And Lao Yin found the Supreme Being. Only then did I learn that my daughter had gone to find her mother. The Supreme Commander handed over the rescued people to Lao Yin. Let him take the side stairs to enter. Second lower floor. There is an empty ward at the end of the second floor for temporary refuge. Your Majesty has finished explaining. Prepare to go back to save Sayu. At the same time, a soldier reported to Brother Glasses that anthrax-infected body found downstairs. But when the epidemic prevention troops arrived at the scene, the goddess is gone. Then Sayu changed into military uniform. Let's go find the goddess with the glasses brother. No matter what, we must kill this monster. Unexpectedly, halfway stopped by 3 military policemen. The leader asked Brother Glasses. They want to release the remaining nitrogen in a second underground level, so you can kill the monster. Because the Japanese army could no longer bear more casualties. Who knows what the glasses guy said? Bullets can kill the goddess. There's only one way to kill her. That is burning with fire. But can you do it? Only then did Bing recognize Sayu. Immediately raise your weapon. But the glasses guy is in someone else's hands. They didn't dare to act rashly. At this time, a soldier attacked from behind. Knocked out the weak Sayu. The dean received news that the prisoner had escaped. He was about to beat up the management officer to vent his anger. As a result, the soldiers came to report. Ishikawa asked the hospital to assist the police station in the investigation. The dean stepped on the administrator's head. Let him catch the escaped prisoner quickly. Although the dean doesn't want this guy to come in, but we can offend the police department. Ishikawa can only be allowed to enter the hospital with his men. Then the dean ordered the soldiers. Move the name to a more private place. After waiting for the people at the courtyard gate to leave, a huge shopkeeper disguised as a police station driver. He glanced at the time anxiously. It depends on this time whether we can rescue everyone. And now I am looking for a name. Only to find that the cell was empty. Then a soldier appeared. Your Majesty doesn't have time to deal with him. Quickly take away the opponent's gun. Put the soldiers in prison. Then he walked to the front stairs. Sayu has just regained consciousness. I found myself chained. There are dozens of heavily armed soldiers on the opposite side. The glasses guy headed by him wants to do an experiment. See if the goddess can recognize her own daughter. They use nitrogen to drop the monster into the elevator. Mother and daughter will meet soon. And Taishang discovered Brother Glasses and others. They are standing above the protective net admiring the experiment. Abeo saw Taishang hiding in the dark. I deliberately asked the glasses guy. Are we going to let the monster kill Sayu like this? The Supreme Being understood that this was a signal from Abeo. Sayu's current situation is very critical. He barely had the courage to face this monster. Sayu recognized her mother's necklace at a glance. It wasn't until now that he confirmed that the glasses guy wasn't lying. 5 years. The goddess looks at the girl in front of her, vaguely remembering the happy times in my memories. Brother Glasses saw that she had not attacked Sayu for a long time. Ordered the soldiers to take down the monsters. Who knew that the goddess subconsciously protected her daughter? Countless bullets were embedded in her flesh. The glasses guy had no choice but to order the release of nitrogen. The goddess quickly turned around and attacked the soldiers. He vigorously broke the chains on Sayu's body. Want to rescue my daughter before she falls asleep. Sayu couldn't help but watch her mother get hurt. So I rushed over to help. But the next second he was dragged away by the Supreme Being. He asked Sayu to calm down. The Supreme Being couldn't say anything after hearing this. The cruelty of the Japanese is far beyond imagination. He can understand Sayu's mood. Because when Taishan was 9 years old, my mother was taken away by soldiers. His mother is the liaison between members of the regiment. After being taken away, there was no news from him. But the Supreme Being always remembered his mother's last words. The top priority is to leave Wenqing Hospital first. And Brother Glasses knows that Sayu is a big trouble. So I ordered that no matter what the cost, he must not be allowed to leave the hospital alive. Mustache immediately. Conduct a carpet search with your subordinates. As a result, we found 2 people who had military uniforms. On the other side, Lao Yin led people to hide in the ward. Who would have thought that the man with the mustache would quickly search nearby? Because tuberculosis patients have lived in this ward, so people who are searching hesitate to move forward. Lao Yin was guarding the door with a knife in his hand. Instantly catch the person who comes in. Unexpectedly, the visitors turned out to be Abeo Tsayu and the others. It doesn't take a while. The manager showed up with his name. This is probably the third thing he promised. The manager knew that after this night, the dean will definitely not spare himself. So planned to take the wife in order to seek refuge from the Supreme and go to the shopkeeper. Use 2 bottles of good wine to drive away the soldiers guarding the door. Too much glance at the watch. There are only 10 minutes left before the time he planned. They have to hitch a ride on the truck within this time limit. Wait until 6 o'clock. Ishikawa's car will leave. Beard has already given the order. All entrances and exits to the military hospital building are sealed, but the Supreme Being will definitely not take the main entrance. They tore the sheets. Twist into rope. Follow the back window and go downstairs. Unexpectedly, Mustache suddenly stopped when passing by the corridor. It was clear that 3 soldiers just went in to search. But there are no flashlights in the ward. He just sent his men to search. Emergency moment. Pa shoots and kills the soldier. But the gunfire also disrupted the plan. The guard suddenly woke up. Asked the boss to move the truck quickly. After hearing the gunfire, Mustache also rushed to the 2nd floor. Taishang hurriedly asked everyone to speed up. Then used the hospital bed cabinet to block the door. He's in a corridor with a fish stomper. I want to buy more time for everyone. Abeo doesn't want to be a coward. Also join their camp. Then the man with the mustache rushed to the scene. Start shooting at the closet. The chaotic sound of gunfire was heard all the way to the dean's office. Ishikawa asked him what the hell he was doing. The dean said that if you are curious, just get the governor's permission first and then ask. If it doesn't work, go home and ask your wife. The man with the mustache on the other side blew up the bunker. Then approach cautiously. As a result, he was shot by a bullet in the next second. It turns out that the shooting just now did not kill the 2 protagonists. Only the unlucky Po was shot by bullets. I am afraid he won't be able to escape to see his mother. Abeo stuffed something into Tsayu. Ask him to help pass it to mom. The words just fell. The boy lost his breath. Because they got orders. Koreans must be captured alive. There was a dispute between the 2 parties over whether to capture him alive. At this time, Lee Yunha came to find the Supreme Being. Said that everyone has retreated. I am just waiting for you and Sayu. Usually give this kind of farewell a close-up shot. It means something is going to happen. I saw Sayu and Lee Yunha landing one after another. The Supreme Being has yet to show up. The next second the rope was thrown out of the window. Lee Yunha grabbed the anxious Sayu. Said the Supreme Leader decided to stay. Draw away soldiers. Until the truck leaves the hospital safely. Sayu heard this and wanted to go back to save people. Lee Yunha shouted to stop the other party. Do you want to kill other people? Good guy, is the soldier guarding the gate deaf? If the sound here is louder, Sayu has to put the overall situation first. According to shopkeeper, he also remembered Aunt Luo's instruction. When the time comes, even if the supreme being doesn't come, you still have to leave. The shopkeeper had no choice but to start the truck. Follow Ishikawa's motorcade to leave the hospital. Everyone here has successfully retreated. The mustache over there just finished arguing. Taisheng stood alone behind the bunker and shot. It's a pity that damnation ran out quick. The mustache no longer resists when he sees the person opposite him. Hurry up and bring someone over to check. But everyone in the ward has already left. Even the supreme being is nowhere to be seen. Mustache see pass. The wind is open. I immediately realized that the kid had run away. At this moment, Taisheng is crawling in a ventilation duct. Soldiers also came in one after another to search. A game of cat and mouse officially begins. Taisheng ran into area N on the west side. He crouched forward quickly. Unexpectedly, it leaked into the hole accidentally. The supreme being fell on a pile of bones. Unconscious. And Aunt Luo, handing over a collection of porcelain to a Japanese woman. After confirming the authenticity of the porcelain, lab immediately report to my husband at the hospital. Officer answering the phone. Just stop the mustache. The one who said he wanted to capture the Koreans alive. The officer on the other side interrogated Master Wonjun. Just put a cap on his head and throw him to the designated place. The handsome man quickly helped the young master up. As for Ishikawa's motorcade, it stopped halfway. Walking out of the carriage holding the name of the pregnant woman. Then he threw himself into Ishikawa's arms. According to shopkeeper, after putting down his name, drive away in a truck. But how could Ishikawa let them go so easily? The boss noticed that there was a car following behind him. He immediately turned into the alley to get rid of the other party. He drove into the downtown area. The pursuit vehicle was blocked by the crowd. This is why Taisheng asked the proprietress of the coffee shop to take care of it in advance. Okay, wait until the pursuers stop Mr. Ju's truck. The people inside had been moved long ago. The police department never gave up. They arrested the big boss, ordered the entire street to be searched. Luo Chen arranged for the survivors to take a rickshaw, run away in different directions. The dean on the other side found that the name disappeared. He was running around in a hurry. The glasses guy picked up the cup on the table. The water inside is gone. Only 4 people have been to this office. Sayu Taisheng administrator and name. Who drank the water with serum. The next second of the shot was given to Taisheng. At this time he had just woken up from a coma. The back of the head was stopped by the mustache. Then there were several gunshots. The supreme being is dead. Whether he's alive or not is not known yet. Sayu and her father left in a rickshaw. Falling stars are colorful along the way. Sayu prayed silently for the supreme being and the students who are waiting hard at home. I received another message from my husband that he won't be back tonight. Ishikawa finally came up with a name. How could he go home and spend the night? Students summoned Dean, who was incompetent, decided to resign from the other party's position. In order to keep this black gauze hat, the Dean simply report the goddess ceremony. Of course he hid the fact that the monster was out of control. Didn't T reveal everything? The screen changes. Come to the hero's side. Mustache's body fell to one side. The Supreme Master held the pistol tightly. Looks like he won again. But one question still hangs in everyone's mind. Who drank that glass of water? Who will become the next monster? The camera comes to the name. A tiny bug crawls under his skin. It turns out it was a name that drank a glass of water. The story of this episode ends here. The remaining 3 episodes will be released on January 5th. Can the Supreme Being escape from the hospital? Will serum affect the name of the unborn baby? Where will the fate of the protagonists go? Friends who are interested in this drama, don't forget to like, collect and follow. Check updates in a timely manner.